Hello everyone, welcome to Glodikany Marriage School, the place where we help the unmarried to choose right and to keep the marriage from running until they must. In today's video, I have with me in the house some beautiful young ladies who want to ask me some questions about love, marriage, relationship, and I know they've already prepared their loaded questions, maybe based on what is happening around us or based on the things they are seeing in marriages and in relationships, and they want to ask me some of these questions. So if you're watching us, I would like you to join us on this exciting journey today with these beautiful ladies in the house. I'll start by allowing them to introduce themselves because I know you there will want to know their names. Remember, this is a relationship, marriage, and of course love channel, so just be watchful, look at them. Maybe I don't know if they are single, searching or not searching or already taken, but everly something must come out of it all.
Yo, Niggy, shout out to your girl, Empress Merit. You know what I mean? I say Empress Merit, the only live streamer with a sauce.
Hello everyone, here I am Lynette by name.
I am Debbie.
Boom boom tata lele, it's your girl, L to the UNA, Luna.
Hello everyone, it's your girl Vera.
Okay, ladies, you've already introduced yourself. We have Lynette, we have Luna, we have Debbie, we have Vera also in the house. Okay, so now we are going to throw the floor open. Remember, the main business of today is questions and answers about love, marriage, relationships, and all the craziness that is happening in this institution. Of course, I'm in the institution, so we're going to allow them to be asking their questions and I'll try my best to answer. And if you have a sweet answer for them, go to the comment section and also drop it. I will appreciate that very much.
My one and only relationship therapist, a friend of mine in what I don't know actually, has been telling me that Empress, see you, this guy, before I met him, I stream online, I do all my YouTube videos and blah blah blah, even dance and twerk. But all of a sudden, the guy is like restricting her from doing a lot of things. She can't even post on WhatsApp with caption like "Hi baby," all those kind of, when girls want to vibe. Everything about her life is monitored, controlled by another. Yes, so bad. So I want to know if this union is a situationship or a relationship.
Okay, thank you, Empress Merit, for the question. All I can tell you is someone in that kind of relationship can never be happy, comfortable, and I don't see that relationship maturing into marriage, because marrying someone who is restricting you to that extent is not gonna go well at all. Even if she bears it at the moment, there's no way she can bear it for a long time. But I don't know what she's getting out of that relationship. Maybe the guy is meeting all her needs. Maybe that's why she's still there. So she has to find out which one she values more. If she wants to be trained like a dog, let her continue, maybe based on what she's getting. But if she wants to behave and live like a human, that relationship is toxic. Even if she bears it for the meantime, I will also strongly recommend that she never says "I do" to such a man, because she cannot be in such a situation for the next 40 years of her life, and we are talking about marriage. It will not work.
This question I want to ask you, ma'am. Okay. The question is, can someone really love without trusting in a relationship? Like, you will be in a relationship, you claim to love this person, and at the same time you are claiming not to trust, but you just love. Is it possible?
Okay, before I answer the question, I want to know what aspect of trust are you talking about? I just want to know.
Okay, this trust I'm talking about here is based on when the person is making so much promises. Okay. Like, I love you and I'm not going to cheat on you, I'm not going to hurt you, I'm not going to be like the other guys, I want to be the best. Now, and you know, with what is happening around here in our society, that some of us don't keep such promises. I want to really know how possible it is. That is it to go ahead and trust this person, or to just love him for the sake of love without trust, like without holding tight that this
The
person.
promises.
Yes.
Okay, the question is complicated, but it's also simple anyway. When we talk about love and these trusts and then promises, I can tell you, of course, everybody sets out in a relationship to be good. Nobody wants to, break promises except the, chronic, let me say, chronic breakers of promises, because I know there are some people who are so glib they can say any kind of thing. And let me just say this: if we are talking about men here, sometimes a man who wants to get you, hello guys, I'm sorry, but sometimes a man who wants to get you can say a lot of things even though they are not, in fact they are not even planning to keep it, so they can say a lot of things just to make sure they get you. So my suggestion or recommendation is this: if you admire this person, don't just believe hook, line and sinker all those promises, because number one, he is a man, he is a human being, and sometimes he may set out to be okay, he may want to keep the promises, but there are a lot of situations that may make him default. So what I recommend is, you can give him a try, but please don't trust that those promises will be kept at the time being, unless maybe with time you prove, even the ones you've proven with time, something may happen. So please, when it comes to trust and the promises, you just have to be very careful. Don't carry your heart, your body, your soul, your spirit and everything and jump in because somebody has promised you heaven on earth. As long as that person is wearing this flesh, anything can happen.
Because even the Bible says, woe unto he that
Well, you hear it? Woe unto he that putteth his trust in men. Not men only, both men and women anyway. So as long as the person is wearing flesh, you just have to hold your trust somehow. I don't know if I answered your question.
Yeah.
I have a question for you.
Okay, go ahead.
So, Miss Davy, which part of the Bible can I find this your trust quotation?
Okay. Let me answer it. Please, let me answer it. Don't worry, baby. Let me answer her. Please, if you want to know where to find it, check it in the description box below.
Na lie. He who quotes shall tell us where we shall find it.
No, okay. The next person will tell us.
Okay, my question goes like this. With the current trend in social media or on social media pertaining to marriage, love and relationship, I've been seeing people or husbands whom their wife love, trust before entering into marriage being butchered and packed in a bag. Do you think love still exists? Because I'm scared of marrying with what is happening now. Do you think one should get into marriage, and how do you notice this? How do you see this red flag in a man?
Okay. Thank you, Debbie, for the question. Yes, the world has gone crazy. And when it comes to the craziness, let me just say the chaos and craziness has also seeped into marriage. And you see, a lot of trends on social media has also made it impossible for even the people who want to venture into marriage to know the right things to look for, or to know the right signs to check when it comes to knowing love and the right partner. So everybody is somehow focused on, should we say the peripherals, those things that don't really matter. Everybody is looking at maybe handsome, money and all that. But when it comes to settling down with someone, I keep saying this on my channel and in my videos, We are talking about somebody you're going to live with for the rest of your life. Somebody you'll be sleeping beside for the next 40 years or 50 years, as God may give you guys grace. So when you want to choose somebody like that, you really have to be careful. I've said so many things about this thing in some of my videos, and I will still recommend that you go and check some of it. Marrying somebody should be one of the scariest things you have to do. In fact, I will advise you to be scared when it comes to marriage. Anybody who says, will you marry me? Don't go and be doing, hey, you said we propose, oh my God, all those kind of things that makes everybody go crazy. Hey, oh my God, look at my ring. No. Marriage is beyond that. After all those hypes and noise and everything, the real business starts. So you have to be careful. Even though there are some men who are butchering their wives, there are some men who are also treating their wives like queens. We can't just rule out the fact that some marriages are working. So it's now left for you. When you talk about this M word, you have to be very careful. Don't choose anybody. In fact, I was thinking about this the other day. I said sometimes women should learn to choose. Don't just be chosen. Learn to choose. And how do you learn to choose? The person may have all those fine things for you. The person may have all the good talks. I've told you, when a man wants to get you, he's ready to do anything, say anything. But you as a lady, you are the one at risk. Because when we come to this man-woman, men are stronger than women. When it comes to fight, of course, a man will, in fact, unless a man doesn't want to beat you, naturally they are stronger. That's why they say women are the weaker vessel. It's talking about muscle. So you are the one at risk. So before you choose your life partner, make sure you investigate. Check his family background. Does he have anger issue? How does he relate to people? Not the money, not the car, not the gift. No. And another thing I will emphasize on, a man who fears the Lord. He will not be good because of you. He will be good because he wants to be good for God. And that is what you are going to benefit from. Do you have something else about it?
No, thank you.
Okay, so that is exactly what you should be very careful on. Investigate, and then please, if a man says, will you marry me, from that day he makes that comment, I will tell you to start being afraid of him and start watching him. Don't rush and say, yes, I will, because you've seen the golden ring or you've seen the silver, and you start, oh my God. Even though he proposes in the supermarket, if you still have some doubts in you,
hide the ring.
Okay, before I forget, there's something else I want to say. You asked me, how would you know if this person is capable of killing or something? Let me tell you something. You didn't see that man today and marry him today. You must have had a little time. It could be 6 months, 1 year, 2 years, 3 years with him. Of course, as a woman, your intuition should be also respected. And there are some men who show violence even in the relationship. But it shocks me that some women will still go ahead and marry such people. So if a man is already violent in a relationship and he reacts angrily and he's already showing you this, anger issues, inability, in fact, willingness to even slap you during the relationship. Now, let me tell you, one day in marriage, he may lose it. And another thing, when we talk about violence here, sometimes, don't forget that sometimes a woman can also be trained to be violent, and maybe one day he will kill you or you will kill him. So that's why it's important to be very careful when somebody says they want to marry you.
Welcome, people. It's your girl, L to the UNA, Luna. Ma, I have a question for you.
Okay.
Is it okay for your husband or maybe your partner to have a female bestie? Like everything that happens in your relationship, this person will just tell the man himself will tell the bestie, like, see what my wife did today, or I'll be complaining everything you do. The bestie knows everything. Is it okay? I think it should be between the two of you. And it's not even okay for him to have a female, like for me, but I don't know. Is it okay?
Thank you, Luna. Luna, right?
L to the U.
Okay, okay.
Luna.
Okay. Thank you for the question. When it comes to this bestie, opposite sex, I also want to. I'm thinking how the man will feel if you, as a lady, also has a bestie who is a man that you tell everything about him too. When it comes to relationship between men and the women, we really have to be careful when marriage is involved. Let me go towards marriage. I, as a woman, I don't think I would be comfortable living with a man who has a female bestie. The same way he would not be comfortable if I have a male bestie. That's the same way I would not be comfortable if he has a female bestie. Because you see, one thing that Igbo adage used to say is, you cannot keep a yam and a goat together and lock them in the same room and expect a certain result. Of course, something might go wrong. I'm using the word might. I'm not saying it will. I said something might go wrong. So, since this bestie is the opposite sex, it's so unhealthy because it's going to raise this mistrust in the relationship. Because and we know the way some women behave. She may want to even show you, or sometimes act as if she knows more about your husband than you.
Exactly.
And sometimes attitude may make you begin to mistrust. I'm not saying they are doing anything, but even when they are not doing anything, it sends the wrong message across to you. If you try it as a woman, it will still send the wrong message across to the man. So he will not be comfortable. And taking everything that is happening in your relationship to her, I don't know, is she your counselor or your relationship therapist or your marriage counselor? It's wrong. It's the same. I can relate it to what we call mama's boy, whereby the man, maybe your husband, will only do the things that the mother recommends or approves, which so many people run away from. So this female bestie that will call your husband in the night, in the morning, and they will talk and everything, it will, in fact, I am saying it's wrong because she is going to be the third person in the relationship or in the marriage, and you cannot serve two masters at a time. If he wants to go towards the bestie, let him go to the bestie. After all, she's also a woman. But if he says it's you, let him make you his bestie.
Sorry, that's okay. You answered my question. I want to ask something.
Okay.
This is let's say on his birthday now. How will you take it? Yeah, his girlfriend or his wife.
Okay.
Then on his birthday, maybe you will be like, this watch will be okay for my husband. And then his bestie, I'm still on this bestie stuff. Now buys a car for him. Why are you bringing a watch? Then the best will not buy a car. How should you take it?
Of course, this level of bestie is at the peak. In fact, is at the high level. Are you sure it is bestie? Because when we use hookup to soften to soften the impact of the word prostitution. I want you to find out if they are not using the word bestie to soften the impact of side chick, or maybe your husband is a gigolo, or maybe the woman is a sugar mommy to him. Because you buying a watch and then a bestie buys a car, something is wrong somewhere.
Okay, thank you.
Okay, my question goes like this. Is like a kind of you advising us you're married, like as you're married, telling us how we can, approach or how we would, yes, approach a misunderstanding or disagreements between our partners, how we can settle it, how we can handle it without, putting more fire, like causing more harm to the already harmed, situation.
When it comes to disagreements and okay, let me say in a relationship, it's usually easier to settle. The person who is at fault should say sorry. Simple. All right. Disagreement, the person who is at fault should say sorry. I don't know if I'm getting what kind of disagreement are you talking about here? Can you throw more light on the question?
Disagreements, like when he's trying to, disagrees with you on the term of, I will have to do this as my own. I want to have this office. I want to keep this office as my own. I want to be working. And he says, no, you don't have to work. You want, yes, you want to, it's against it.
Okay.
Do you have to, how will you approach the situation?
Okay, I said earlier, if it is a relationship, it's not complicated. Because if this is what you want and he says no in a relationship, you have to check yourself if this is what you really want. If it's what you want and he's saying no to it, then you find out, can I give up this for him? If it's something you can give up for him, there's no problem. You give it up for him. But like I always say, remember, he is wearing flesh. So don't give up something that will really take something away from you for somebody who may end up disappointing you tomorrow. That one is one. Now, when it comes to marriage, and with the example you gave, and he says he doesn't want you to do this, and this is exactly what you want to do, like you said, maybe career. This is going to be very complicated. You've already entered. That's why I'm saying it's always better to get this thing right at the beginning. You throw these things on the table so that if you have discussed about keeping your own work, pursuing your career, and then in marriage he's now saying no, you now refer him back to what he said. Maybe you guys discussed, agreed that you're going to do this, and now he's changing his his words and everything. You have the right to say no way. That is, if you have the guts. You understand? That is, in fact, this is a very massive topic and maybe question, and it has massive answer. When it's in marriage, it's going to be very difficult. So what I recommend is this: sit down and talk it out with him. Ask him, why are you saying no to this? If he gives you genuine reasons and you can accept the reason, situations are not the same and human beings are not the same. So what you emphasize may not be what I emphasize. And in this situation, I want you to do it based on what you want, not what is happening around you, or not what the society or societal norms are dictating. No, you have to do this. Like he's saying, these are my reasons, and you can accept those reasons, and then you can give up on that and be okay, without allowing yourself to be bitter. When bitterness comes into a relationship, whether relationship or marriage, nothing is going to work. So if you can say, okay, I accept, and you will not be bitter, and the relationship will not turn to a living hell for you, by all means, you can agree to him. That's why I say search yourself and search your heart. But if this is something you are not comfortable with, also try to make him see reasons. If you've tried and it's not working, you've tried and it's not working, I don't know, we are always told not to allow third parties into our marriage. So I would have said, meet a counselor. Maybe both of you, you can meet a counselor to counsel you. Maybe the counselor will help him or will help to dissipate his fears about certain things. But if these things are coming from the ego angle, with some men don't want their wives to have money or their wives to be career oriented, or and this is coming from an ego angle. You just have to decide which one will be okay for you. If you know you are capable of taking a certain decision and bear the consequences of that decision, by all means do what is in your heart. Because everybody will say, marriage, women build their marriage and everything. All those things are fables. Marriage is a relationship that has two people in it. So the both of you has to come together to build it. It's not in the hands of a woman alone to build marriage by accepting all the idiosyncrasies thrown at her. You are a human being. You are a full human being. You've been existing before marriage. Even if the marriage comes, maybe you get along the way and disappoint you, you will still exist until maybe you are called, to go the world beyond and everything. So you just have to decide on one thing, but make sure you can bear the consequences of that decision.
Thank you so much, my one and only relationship therapist, for this time. And my second question, once again, I want to know, like in a relationship where the guy or the husband, people should hear this one, is always talking down on you. Like you rub your makeup, you feel like you're supposed to do it like this. You wear your bone plate. You say, why didn't you wear the coily ones? Jesus Christ, what is this? Yes, he's dropping your steez on a regular, waiting the sub of that. You understand? You be like, you're sitting like this. You should have sat like this. Gee, you are my boo-boo. You're my boyfriend or husband. You're not my father. You understand? He complains over everything. He is always trying to talk down. Okay, let's say in the midst of his friends, he pass. For me, he's the one that is supposed to guard your back. But sometimes I get shocked. You'll be the one like, waiting this one wear. Waiting my wife thinks say she wear. Which kind of hair, man? That kind of stuff. I'm trying to understand if it's okay. Or maybe you speak, you'll be like, now so my wife they talk. Jesus, but he has been hearing this stuff. He has been loving this voice inside the room. All of a sudden, you'll be like, Simbeke, why they talk like this? All this kind of stuff. I want to know if you're in a relationship with this person, should you continue to the next level?
Thank you, Merit. When it comes to thank you, Empress Merit.
No, Merit is still okay. Merit the Empress. Yes.
Okay, thank you, Empress Merit. When it comes to when we hear this word abuse, our minds usually go to physical abuse when the man is beating you black and blue. But you see, abuse goes beyond the physical. We also have verbal abuse. Yes, when somebody is abusing you verbally, your emotion is involved, your mental health is there, everything is there. Now, if it's in a relationship, that's why let me also emphasize, if you are listening to me right now and you are a single lady out there, please, whatsoever you are condoning now is gonna, should I say, triple when you say I do. So if it's something you cannot bear now, please make sure you run away.
Yes.
So if you are in this relationship now, not married, and he is always killing your self-esteem and you are not feeling good about this, in fact, he's making you to be so unsure of yourself. In fact, he's making you to doubt yourself. You will now see yourself always so unsure of what you are wearing, how you are walking, what you are eating, how you are behaving and all that. And do you need me to tell you to distance yourself from this toxic human being? No, you don't need me to tell you that. Because if this is a relationship and now you are feeling like hell, anytime he opens his mouth, he will make you feel like a fool.
God bless you.
You really need to go.
Exactly.
Separate yourself
Thank you so
from him. There was something I read on Quora the other day. It said, be happy enough, that's be happy to the extent you can say no to a toxic relationship. If you are happy, with yourself already, you can know when an unhappy situation is rising and you say no to it. But now when it comes to you are already married, let's say you ignored all the red flags and you still went ahead to say I do. If you are like in our society, they will tell you that is not enough reason to walk out of the marriage. Okay, so what are you gonna do if it is marriage? I will tell you to ignore him, because some men who do this don't have self-esteem. They don't have self-confidence.
Period.
And they want to talk down on you.
Yes.
They want to bring you down so that they will feel good about themselves.
So much.
So if you understand this aspect, you can always ignore it. All you have to do is to improve yourself and don't mind him. In fact, reduce your communication with him. Yes, he's your husband, but nobody said he has to be your best friend. Forget about those.
Okay.
If you know you want to continue in that marriage, please get your own circle of friends who can talk positive things into you.
Okay.
All right, you don't need to be with a toxic person all the time.
Exactly.
He's your husband, but he doesn't necessarily have to be your friend. Your happiness should, I've said this in one of my videos, you can be happy outside marriage. Like you are married, though, right? But your happiness must not come from marriage. And when we talk about marriage, we are talking about the partner. There is nothing, that word marriage is just a word. It describes the relationship between two people coming together. So you can make yourself happy, engage in other things, and forget somebody who is always looking down on you.
Exactly.
Reduce the time you spend with him for your own mental health, because one day you may break down. I've seen a lot of women, when you see them as young ladies, they are vibrant, they are happy, they are okay. All of a sudden they get married and they start shrinking. And when you see them, they'll start looking tattered, haggard, and unhappy, bitter, and everything. This one now is part of it. When somebody is always giving you negative comment, negative everything, negative, before you know it, if you are not careful or you are not sure of yourself, you start believing what he is telling you. That is brainwashing. He will brainwash you into thinking that you are a fool.
Yes. Exactly.
So you really need to really separate yourself. Stay far from him if you want to continue the marriage. The final decision lies with you. But remember this, you will survive even without a man.
Karabush. Thank you so much, Mama.
Wow, this one has gotten me thinking right now. So, like what you said, I'm going to keep it in mind. Okay. My question now comes from what I've discussed before with a friend. So she's coming from one of these homes that our parents urge us to marry. Now, it's not about urging you to marry, because whenever she calls me, she'll be like, this woman is at it again. No? You know that the one she did now is threatening me that her sickness is getting at worse. Like if I don't get married, that my friends, my sister's students, they are all getting married. Or you are my first daughter, you should. And I asked her this question: do you want to get married? Like, okay, forget about you getting married now. Are you going to marry yourself? Do you have someone around you that if you look at this person, you will say, okay, this is the man I want to spend the rest of my life with? And she will be like, I have responsible guys, but I'm not sure. So and when she gave me this answer, I was like, no, this is very bad. And I asked her this question: so why do you now want to consider because she said, I am now considering whether I should just marry so that this woman will just leave me alone. I'm not asking this question. Is it okay for one to jump into marriage because of family and pressure, or let me say peer pressure?
Okay, thank you, Lynette, for your question. In fact, even while asking it as a human being, you should know it's so wrong. Nobody should pressure you into getting married if you are not sure. Now, if she jumps in to get married and tomorrow what she thought she knew is no longer what she needs, where would the mom be at that time? And let me tell you, whether we accept it or not, death is inevitable. Everybody dies. So this same woman that is pressuring her to marry now may not be there when the consequences of this decision, let me use the word rash decision, will start to play out. So if you as a lady listens to pressure or succumbs to pressure, listens to nudges and advices and everything, and jumps into the wrong marriage, you are the one that will suffer it tomorrow. So I would recommend that she blocks her ear. Let her do for her mom what she's supposed to do for her, and live her life until the right person comes along. And let me tell you, the world has gone beyond those times when women, if they don't marry at 20, 30, everything they will say, okay, it is over. It's a lie. There are some widowers, there are some men out there who will even marry a woman who is 40 plus now. I mean, we know so many celebrities that are married at 40 something, I mean, as women. So instead of jumping into a wrong marriage because your mom is pressuring you, or because all your relatives, cousins are all married, or because your friends are all married, my friend, sit down. Sit down. I know the Bible said, go increase and multiply and replenish the earth. The earth is already replenished. So whether you get married and whether you don't have children and everything, the government is not going to reject you. In fact, somebody say, even if I don't get married, any day I die, my family will find somewhere and bury me. If they say they will not bury me, the cops will disturb them. So why jump into marriage because of pressure? Tell her to please calm down and be useful to herself, and even that her mom and the society first. When marriage comes, she will know that marriage has come, and she should not say she has responsible men around her. How does she know they are responsible, and how does she know that they will make good marriage partners? Because when you do things or take decisions because you are desperate, of course you are going to take the wrong decision.
A lot of girls now are used for money rituals because they choose to date Yahoo boys. They choose to date. Okay, they date people they don't know what they are doing. They don't know what their partners are into, just because the guy is spending on them. Please throw more light on how a girl should choose a skill before getting married or while in a relationship. Because if these girls have something doing, they will not be 100% dependent on their partner. Yes, and this will also reduce the rate at which our girls are being used or killed.
Okay, thank you, Debbie, for the request. Since you said it's not a question, of course, it's a request. I remember when I was in school, I was in the university, and of course, I had friends, classmates that were, happening days. We were, should I use the word bookworms anyway, because we tend to do all the assignments, go to all the lectures and everything. But in those years too, there were ladies in the department that the latest phones will be used by them. The trendy clothes, in fact, will be worn by them. The hair, everything will be, in fact, you will see everything good on them. People like us, we saw those things and we still didn't allow it to move us. So this idea of ladies being used for rituals and being should we say harvested organs and everything is because of, should I use the word, excessive quest, excessive love for material things. If you're a lady out there listening to me, I would recommend you learn to be self-sufficient. Being self-sufficient doesn't mean you are going to have everything you desire. It's not easy. I listened to one lady preaching in a church. She was saying, don't wish to carry a Gucci bag when you are still in secondary school. Like, you see someone who is older, who is working, in maybe let's say you see a banker now putting on a suit worth 50,000, and you as a young girl still in secondary school or still in the university, you are not working, and then you now desire to wear that suit of 50,000 at that level where you are. That's where the problem is. Let's learn to be self-sufficient and then contented at every level of life we are. Because let me tell you something, there is a time when you will be, in fact, qualified both in maturity, age, and financial capacity to get everything you want. So instead of trying to grab things that are not in your league right now, please try to be contented with what you can afford. Because it's only when you start copying others, when you start trying to be like others so much, that you start misbehaving or pursuing things that are out of your league. And that's exactly what leads to what you are describing now. If every lady or every young girl out there or every woman there who wants to preserve her life can learn to be contented with the little she has, I think the world will see less of all these ritual killings and all this organ harvesting. But the problem is, ladies of nowadays, they don't want to suffer. Everybody wants to jump the steps. You don't another thing is, I think social media is part of it. Let me also tell you this: most things you see people claiming,
fake
ladies claiming they have on social media are what? Fakes. Like, those things are not real. So don't be carried away. And then, like Debbie said, try to get something doing for yourself. Get a skill. Try to get a skill. All right, get a skill. Let me use those years when I was in school. If I describe the phone I was using then, you will laugh. You will laugh at me. You know those Motorola that had pole? Those mine was not tied with the but it was a small, cute Motorola, but with a pole. Then there were iPhones were existing as of then. Yes, now after all, I'm not that ancient and modern. I'm not that ancient, but thank you. iPhones were there. There were some people in my department that had iPhones, okay, but then I could not afford it. My family could not afford it then. But let me shock you. Now I can afford an iPhone. Nobody. I don't need anybody to buy it for me. I don't need my husband to buy it for me. I can afford it. But you see, it took, process. Step by step. I'm still alive. I'm not dead. Nobody has used me for ritual, and nobody is going to harvest my organs. I mean, they are still intact because I'm not exposing myself to what I cannot afford at this level. So please, I'm also advising you here, make sure you are contented with what you have at this moment.
Exactly. Thank you so much, Mama.
All right.
You ready for my question?
Okay.
It's your girl. L to the
And
Luna. Okay. So this is how my question went. Okay, so this is what I'm trying to say. Example, it's not me, but I'm going to say like this. I have a boyfriend now. Then he has been cheating on me, and I've been catching him, and he'll be saying, I'm sorry, he's a devil sucker, I'll not do it again. So one day, and I cheat on him. I like payback, seriously, because that's what I would do. You cheat on me, I cheat on you. So, what do you think should happen to this relationship? Should we continue, or should I apologize to him, or should we settle it, or should we just part it like this? This is not meant to be.
okay, thank you, Luna, for the question. This we are talking about relationship here, even though it's marriage.
Even marriage, yes.
He has been cheating on you, and you have been forgiving him.
Yes.
And then one day you decide to cheat on him,
back.
and he catches you.
Yes.
First of all, is he asking you to go, or is he
I
saying
don't know. We will
okay?
quarrel now. I don't know whether he wants us to go or anything. What do you think should we will quarrel? How do we settle this? Or should we just
Firstly, in a relationship, a man is cheating on you constantly. In fact, and you are also catching him. He apologizes, and you forgive him, and he goes back to cheat on you and everything. Of course, that relationship is already wrong.
Okay.
It's already wrong. I think I've handled that topic in one of my videos about cheating. Is it that a man cheats on you, I call them situational cheats, or those chronic ones that has issue, mentally, or it's a health issue. So you forgiving him all the time and he keeps cheating on you. I'm even wondering what stuff you are made of, because if it's something that happens one-off and you forgive him and then he stops, it's okay. I'm not going to blame you or say maybe you are wrong. But if this guy is a habitual cheater, and then you continued, you've made a mistake, then you cheating back at him because he cheated on you shows that your heart is no longer in the relationship. Now let me tell you something. A man can sleep with 50 women without having any feelings for them. But before a woman sleeps with a man, except the nymphomaniacs, she has feelings for him. So that means your heart is already out of that relationship. You asking me whether you should continue is an error, because already you've discontinued the relationship mentally. I don't know what you are getting from the relationship that is still keeping you. I'm not talking of you, I'm talking of whoever it has happened. Like you said, it's not you. No, we are talking of relationship. This is not marriage.
Even though there is
So we are talking of relationship, because when you go marriage now, it's going to be complicated. So if it's in a relationship, I can tell you that you have already discontinued. So please physically delete yourself from his life officially. Let's use the word official, because you already removed yourself from there. You were not official, yes, unofficially.
Okay, so I have a little question to ask.
Okay.
If you have a boyfriend or a husband, no, let's just say leave husband.
Okay.
For now, his boyfriend.
Okay.
That is always smelling. That the man is smelling, like the bath wet. I mean, what is we do about this one? Like, what should we do? What should I do about this? And you've told him, boo, please, the bath wet. You even bought roll-on and all these things for him on his birthday. Like, babe, see my present. See what I bought for you. They use that. Even after using everything, he will still come out on a date like this.
I think it's a medical disorder.
So what should you do? Should you continue or run away? I can't marry somebody like that now.
Okay, since it's a relationship, you will check if it's a medical disorder.
Okay.
If it's something that can be corrected medically, there's nobody will blame you if you go take a step further to go to the hospital, all right, and look for solution. That is if you love the man.
What if he doesn't care?
No, if he doesn't care now, that means there is no headway, because I don't know. And the funny thing, you may have this heightened sense of smell that makes you catch everything. I don't know. My question: are you comfortable?
Never.
So if you're in a relationship and maybe you probably want it to, okay, let me ask, do you want the relationship to land in marriage, or you're just there as friends with benefits? Maybe you're collecting money from him and everything and all that. So if you are just there for the money, maybe you will just use cotton wool and be covering your nose and be collecting the money. But if you know you want this relationship to end in marriage, and it's okay, let's go for a medical checkup, since you've tried everything, you understand, and he's showing this nonchalant attitude, my question to you is, can you spend the rest of your life with someone who smells and doesn't want to do anything about it? So that should guide your decision, is it not?
Okay, so I have something to say to his future wife. Zoom the camera, zoom it close to me, zoom it close to me.
Okay.
Get ready to wear nose masks for life.
Oh, nose mask for life. That's good. Okay.
Whatever.
Okay, ma. Just like wanting you to advise the ladies out there, because in our generation today, there are a lot of women out there that got married without being in a relationship with a man, and right now they are suffering hell, like hell. So I want you to talk to them. I want you to advise them, like those ones that their man is like, they wake up in the morning, he will complain, everything about them. Like they don't know that this kind of a person, they didn't date actually.
So they don't really know her.
The man, the lady doesn't know this man.
And the man,
they
they don't know each other.
They just
Strangers.
married. Strangers that got married. And now she's facing hell. This man will just complain about everything about her. He will just be complaining, talking about her to everybody he sees. So I want you to advise this lady, if she will take heart or she knows how. Just
The man say the man because he nowhere.
Okay. Unfortunately, she's already married,
yes.
and in this part of the world, it's not easy to walk away. That's the truth. And whether this part of the world or not, I think it's not easy to walk away. It takes guts to walk away from marriage, and then it's even harder when kids are involved. So that's why I said, now that she's already married, it's complicated. She didn't date the man, she didn't know the man. In fact, let me shock you. Some people that even dated still face this situation in marriage. You know why? Dating is like, should we say, acting. Unfortunately, many people in dating, many people that are dating, many people that are courting, they pretend. They don't show themselves. They will show the good parts. I think in one of my videos I said something. If you as a lady cannot see that person now without making up, without wearing your push-up, without wearing your fake bum, don't even think about marrying him, because marriage uncovers everything. All those things you are hiding now that you are dating, when you marry, you will show all. Okay, so that's why I always say you have to get it right from the beginning. Now that she didn't know that this is how this man will behave or behaves, it's going to be difficult for her to walk away. Of course, walking away is the solution to every marital problem, but there are a lot of things that will stop you from walking away. So my recommendation is, let me say, develop strategy on how to live with that man. Because if you are married to a talkative and it's not easy for you to walk away, learn how to live with a talkative. Let me tell you a story. I hear the story of a woman whose husband used to beat, and in fact every little provocation he would beat her black and blue. At a point she ran away. She went home to her family, but the man, being who he was, went and arrested the parents until they brought her back to his house. So you see, in such a situation, the woman didn't have any other option but to develop strategy on how to live with the man. What did she do? Anytime she sees that this argument is going up or the man is, increasing tempo to that level where it results to beating, the woman will run away. Not running away mentally, she runs away physically. Even if she has a point to raise, she will stay at the main road and be telling it to the man. I said, that thing you are doing is wrong. What you did is bad. I mean, she's outside, the man is inside. The man will carry his belt and be saying, come and tell me here. She will say, you are hearing me. That thing you did is bad. She will not come inside the house until now what goes up must come down. The man's anger that reached the roof will soon dissipate. So when she will not be peeping and be seeing that the man's anger has come down, she will not do what? Calmly come back to the house. So if kids are involved and she cannot walk away, like we said, it's not easy to walk away. She has to develop strategy on how to live with a man of such character. It will be very wrong for her to expect that man will change. I say this all the time, people don't change. They can only do what? Get tired of a certain behavior. A man who is beating you in year 1 of marriage will continue beating you in year 20 until maybe his hands start paining him or your children start fighting him when he wants to beat you. So she has to check how to live with such a man.
Okay, thank you. Another question.
Okay?
Please, can you tell us how Please, can you tell us how we are going to know which of our boyfriends are the real ones?
Okay, excuse me. You mean someone who has like 5 boyfriends to know the one that is the real one? My question is, how do you handle 5 boyfriends at once?
A man of God has married. Yes.
The right person. Yes, you have to compare to know the right person.
Okay, when somebody is asking you to double date, triple date, or date 4 people at once, did he also advise you to sleep with 4 of them?
No. Sleeping is not involved.
Okay, you are not going to sleep with them.
Yes.
But do you also believe that you cannot serve 2 masters at a time? No, wait, let's be real. Do you know that Jack of all trades is a master of none? Tell me, how would you spend time with 4 people or 5 boyfriends to even know who is real? So at the end of the day, we have seen that it's wrong to have many boyfriends, triple dates. See, when we talk about dating, let me also advise you and the young ladies out there, please. I don't know this friends with benefit kind of thing. Don't keep any relationship that you've already known from day one that you will not want it to lead into marriage. It's so wrong. It's so wrong. Unless you have come out to say, I am not going to marry anyone. I don't want to marry. Like I'm anti-marriage. Like I'm not going to marry. So what I'm going to spend the rest of my life doing is what? Dating. So no problem. You can go ahead and date without aiming for marriage. But if you think as a young woman you will want your relationship, you want to marry, please don't enter into a relationship that you know you don't want it. Like you don't want that man to be your husband. Because a lot of things can go wrong and you see yourself ending up marrying that man. And then that thing that made you unsure of him as your life partner will now play out. Who would you have to blame?
In a relationship, do you think splitting of bills and responsibility or responsibilities is okay? Both financial, otherwise, do you think it is okay in a relationship or in a marriage? Okay, when I talked about splitting of bills, both financially, I mean 50-50. Then when I talked about responsibility, can the man also assist the woman in cooking, sweeping of the house? I know all these things are meant for women to handle, but I feel too that it is right that the man come in when the woman is unable to fulfill those aspects.
Okay, thank you, Debbie, for your question. First of all, the man is not designed, like I don't know if there is a law that said the man must be the sole provider in a relationship or in a marriage. The Bible said a woman will be a helpmeet, a helper. So what we know is that men are stronger. So men being stronger physically does not mean that they will also be stronger financially. Okay? So when it comes to this, if it's a relationship, no, anybody can maybe foot the bill. Even at that time that the man wants to get you, he will spend on you, of course. But there's nothing wrong with you as a woman also spending on him or paying for some things that two of you are benefiting from, Now when it comes to marriage, bills should not be just left for the man to handle unless his financial capacity is high enough to carry the family. But remember, there are times when finances may be scarce in his own hands. So you as a woman supporting him is not wrong. Okay? But in a situation where the man is financially capable and the woman is just making ends meet for her own small money and everything, and the man comes out to say we must split the bills 50-50, that one is a red flag. It's so wrong. It's not right. Also, if a woman is earning more, like massive, there are women who has money. She has money and the man is just struggling. Splitting the bills 50-50 is wrong too. You really want to bring him down, both emotionally and mentally. If you want your marriage to work and you as a woman, you have money that can carry both of you and carry more responsibilities, I would recommend you do so. Okay? But let me also warn, when you are carrying the responsibility because you have more money as a woman, make sure the man is doing his own parts so that he doesn't leave everything for you, and then use his own money to be doing now all those ones that are not palatable, because some men are like that. And another thing, some men, when they see that the woman is bringing money and has all the money, they will now begin to turn idle. In fact, they don't want to put effort and everything. So you as a woman, you really have to be careful when you are carrying financial burdens in the family where a man is around, because like I said, the men are stronger physically than women, though not mentally or not emotionally and all the other things, but physically the men are stronger. That's why it's as if they are designed to be the breadwinner. Yes, the Bible told us that God told Adam to go and till the soil and everything, and woman should go and be having children. But we should not just take it in that context. If it is marriage and the man is not so capable and the woman is very capable, she has to also sit up and carry more financial responsibilities. Now, when it comes to helping out in the home, if a woman is a housewife that is not doing any other thing except to run the house, to take care of the children, while the man is the sole breadwinner, it's wrong to expect him to come and do domestic things for the wife, unless the woman is down, maybe physically, like sickness. When she's sick, when she's weak, there is nothing stopping the man from helping. If you as a man cannot do those things, it's not wrong to get a helper for her. Okay.
Please, you said if the man goes out, he's the breadwinner, he goes out and comes home. Okay, because out there are some women, there are some men that helps their wife even though they're the breadwinners. Are you telling them that they are wrong in doing those things?
No, they are not wrong in doing those things. What I'm saying is we are talking about splitting, a kind of defining responsibilities. The men who help their wives, even when they are the sole breadwinners, they are angels. In fact, their wives, they see their wives as, in fact, the queens, rare gems and everything. So it's not wrong for them to be doing it. But we are talking about this splitting of responsibility. So when we use that word splitting, I don't think a stay-at-home wife should expect the man who is winning all the bread to come and share those responsibilities. But if they both are busy, the woman is contributing, like this thing we used to hear, what are you bringing to the table and all that. You are bringing something to the table. The man is bringing something to the table. If a good man should know that as I go out to hustle, my wife is also hustling, trying to assist me. I should also assist so that our home will be comfortable for both of us. So nobody should come and drag him to assist the wife in doing those things. And if he doesn't want to assist, they can get somebody to be doing it for them. It's not compulsory that a woman must be in the kitchen. A woman must wash the clothes. A woman must take care of everything. No. In developed worlds, if you meet rich families, they have nannies, they have cooks, they have housekeepers, they have chefs and all that. I mean, all of us should desire that level of life. Who likes to suffer?
No.
So being suffering all the time, being in the kitchen, sweating, jumping up and down, shouting for children, running helter-skelter, looking haggard, tired, and that is not even the life we are supposed to be looking forward to. I mean, if you cross your leg and somebody is cooking and serving you as a woman, as a wife, it's not bad.
I have something to say to the angelic men that help their wife even when they are still the breadwinner of the family.
Oh my God.
Zoom it here, come close.
Okay, my question is, can only love sustain a relationship or marriage? Okay, let me explain. explain my question. Like, you hear some people say, I don't want to marry a poor guy. Can somebody marry because of just love? You can marry a poor guy because he loves you. Do you get my question?
Okay.
Yeah, because the person, yes, you don't mind the financial this thing. Yes, no looks, no financial. You are not looking at the financial capacity of this guy. Because he loves you, you accept to marry him. Can love alone sustain a relationship?
Let me also ask you, can life exist without money? Yes or no?
To some extent.
No. Okay.
What? I love you. Money must be spent.
Should be alive.
I love you.
I'm just coming. I said to Alex, should be alive.
Okay. It's okay.
Send me 2K.
I just wanted to get your reaction.
Okay.
I need money.
So she has.
I need money.
So she has gotten the reaction. Okay, like I said, life needs money.
Yes.
Love needs money.
Thank you.
Marriage needs money. In fact, as long as we are living, we need money.
Yes.
So money is important. Even the Bible has said that money answereth all things. So if you want to marry a poor guy now, let me use the word now, because he loves you, there is no problem. But before you marry that poor guy, what are his plans for the future? All right? Because let me even not go far. Why are you labeling him poor? He doesn't have enough money now.
Poor and needy.
Wait. He doesn't have enough money. He's not meeting your needs now.
We are not even looking at all those things.
Wait.
Only love.
Go ahead.
This person does not have a job,
Okay.
and is not willing to have a job.
But is he a
This
graduate?
person is not.
He knows who goes.
This person is a graduate and is not willing to get a job or to improve his financial capacity so that he can take care of his own bills and your own bills. Can love alone.
I want to ask one question. In this your marriage stuff now, who will pay for the wedding?
Both marriage and relationship. It is from relationship that
You said can you marry the person because love sustain?
can love sustain a relationship and marriage now.
Okay, I'm talking about the marriage one.
Yes.
Who will pay for the wedding?
Do you know that people go as far as borrowing money because they don't have?
To marry.
Hoping that are you asking me? Go ask them.
They can even soak Gary because they are comfortable. My baby is not wearing napkin.
I have seen a case that the woman does not have diaper for the baby. She's using napkin and the napkin has worn off. Like it is now like the lowest of the lowest, and she's still in love. She's still in love. It got to a point that they are using Macintosh, Macintosh
The man
for
and
the
the
baby. The baby will put on the Macintosh and
If I am that baby, I
because
go
there
back.
is no money for baby's diaper.
If I be that baby, I go back to heaven. I'm not baby again.
Okay.
You've not seen people, pregnant women, begging or asking for things to babies things, old babies things, asking from mother, even in Facebook.
Those ones are like people that they rape or something.
No, married people.
This is not married. They didn't do anything. That's not married.
Okay, hello, ladies. Let me say something.
Yes, thank you. Because if the man really loves this girl, you will not allow her suffer. You know what love is.
Hello.
It's okay. We are deviating. At this point, you've also, in fact, I think we've already answered the question.
Yes.
love alone cannot sustain marriage or even a relationship. Even for the love to be sustained, there must be money. Because when you cannot meet the needs of your partner, bitterness will come, complaint will come, disappointment will come, quarrels will come, fights will come, everything everything negative will arise because certain needs are not met. So you can only marry someone who doesn't have money now but has prospects and is working hard, because you cannot write off a hard working man because he is not giving you everything you want now. Change occurs. Change is constant. So that man that didn't provide everything today may have it in excess tomorrow. So if you see this man and he loves you and he doesn't give you everything you want at this moment, but he has prospects, you can marry him, okay? But if he doesn't have any plan and you've already seen that he is lazy, he's busy blaming the economy, blaming the government, blaming his parents every day, blaming somebody, situations for not providing everything, it's a red flag. But the answer, simple answer is love is not enough. Please, we need money to even sustain the love. Okay, so we have seen these questions. Like I said at the beginning, please, if you have your own comments, your own personal experience that you want to share based on these questions these our young ladies have asked, go to the comment section. Go to the comment section and please give us a detailed comment about your own opinion, your own perspective, and your own experience about this. I mean, it's going to help them also to maybe throw more light on their confusion. And I want to say a big thank you to my ladies here who brought out the time to come and ask these questions, okay? And remember, this is a place where we help the unmarried to choose right and to keep the married from running until they must. So if you've not subscribed to this our channel, please make sure you do so now. We would love to be seeing you. We would love to be chatting with you. And remember, please, marriage is gotten right at that very beginning. If you make the wrong choice, everything goes wrong in marriage. We'll be having these hangouts or chats often. The next one, I may be inviting some young men to come and start asking questions, or we'll now have a debate between young men and young women about maybe what they think on this relationship thing, love and marriage. I'll be seeing you in the next video.
Say you with me, you want to destroy my happiness.